Am I the asshole for not letting my friend and his fiancée move in with me? To me this is simple, that I've done nothing wrong, but some people are saying I'm an asshole, so I'd like the opinion of this fine sub. So I am 28M, and my friend, Tom, is 29M, and his fiancée, Kat, is 31F. Recently, Tom and Kat have come into financial issues, and are unable to pay for their rent. As it stands, they can either move in with Kat's parents, who live roughly 2 hours away, or they can move in with me, until they find another place to rent. Now, they would rather move in with me. I live alone in a 3-bedroom house, so I have the space. It would be easier for them as they can stay near our other friends and close to Tom's work. There's also a lot of parks nearby, so Kat can take her dogs for walks. That's all well and good for them. However, the idea of living with someone, let alone 2 people, does not sit well with me. I have 1 bedroom where I sleep, the other 2 bedrooms are my home office and my library. Furthermore, I love the feeling of coming home to an empty house. Everything is as I left it, and I can properly unwind. Also, living alone makes it easier to bring girls over. So I told Tom and Kat this, and they were not happy. They called me selfish for not sacrificing for them. They said a true friend would help. So I told them the blunt truth. I would be happy to help Tom. He works full-time and would respect my space. But I did not want Kat to live with me. Reasons being, she doesn't work, so she would be in my home much more than me. Her dogs are inside dogs, and I don't want that at all. And I told them that Tom has told me privately he gets frustrated that he comes home from work and still has to prepare dinner and do most of the chores. I told Kat, she's lucky she is with someone who tolerates her and loves her, but I'm not like Tom. I'm not dealing with it. Kat breaks down crying at this point and calls me evil. I apologize to Tom and I tell him he knows my stance. This happened late last year. Right now, Tom and Kat are living with Kat's parents still, and I know it's hard for them. My mates know how Kat is, and told me I did the right thing. However, people who are close to Kat are saying I'm a terrible person, and I put them in a situation which might ruin their relationship. So, AITA for not letting my friend and his fiancée move in? Not the asshole they are. You don't owe anyone a place to live. And honestly I would never, ever let them stay even temporary. Kat seems like the person who would make you evict her to get her out once she gets her claws in. I would never under any circumstances let them live with you. And no one is entitled to the peaceful home you have created and pay for. Not the asshole. Tom and Kat aren't looking for a place to stay for a couple of weeks in an emergency, they're looking for a long-term place to live. They got kicked out of their old place because they couldn't pay the rent. They're not magically going to be able to afford to rent a new place. Not the asshole. Kat can go live with the friends who are saying you're an aw. Easy fix. Am I the asshole for embarrassing my son in front of his friends and canceling his birthday party? My son, 16 turning 17, had friends over going over the plan for his birthday. I rented rooms at resort for skiing and snowboarding for a 3-day weekend. They started talking about all sorts of things though, and eventually the topic of my son's sexuality came up. My son is bisexual and has dated both girls and boys, he's currently dating a boy. Neither me or our family have an issue with this. They're asking him when he realized he was bisexual, when did he come out, when did he first date a guy, what were the differences between guys and girls, etc. Eventually they ask him what's his preference, he says, naturally, I don't have a preference. I'm attracted to guys and girls the same, but after dating girls and guys, I can say women aren't worth the trouble. That last part caught my attention and I asked him to explain what he meant. I told him if women aren't worth the trouble, then neither am I, so I wouldn't be doing anything for his birthday. He just started at me, so I said, that's what happens when you're a sexist jerk, in front of his friends. He hasn't spoken to me and members of our family are saying I shouldn't have said that and I shouldn't have cancelled his birthday party. Am I the asshole? I mean, yeah, you are the asshole and probably made him double down on his beliefs there, considering your overly dramatic response to a child saying dumb teenager things. Cancelling his b-day party seems like an overly harsh punishment. You are the asshole. Right now he genuinely feels like women aren't worth the trouble and you want to punish him for saying that? Like literally take away his birthday? He was asked sexual preference for dating and he answered. He didn't give some general women are Oz, or something like that, and you're ridiculous for taking that so personally when you know exactly what he meant. Apologize and give the kid back his freaking birthday before he feels like he has to walk on eggshells around women for the rest of his life. Ironically, this overreacting shit is probably exactly where he was coming from with his answer, so you kind of proved his point. I am a woman, so don't even come at me trying to claim I'm some sexist guy. I'm not. Am I the asshole for refusing to watch my niece after the stunt her mother pulled? I would like to preface that me, 24 female, and my sister, 22 female, are young mothers. She likes to go out a lot, I don't. Just this past weekend, she wanted to go out to dinner and asked me to watch my niece. I agreed, thinking it would be only a few hours. I honestly don't mind watching her. However, it was getting close to 10 p.m., so I called her and got no response. I then called our parents and they haven't heard from her either. They didn't even know that I was watching my niece. I was getting worried, calling around and no one heard from her. It wasn't until the next morning, I hear a knock on my door. I opened it, and of course, my sister picking up her daughter. I ask her where the hell she's been and she told me she never went to dinner. She went to a party with a friend and got home at midnight and fell asleep. I told her to never ask me to watch her again. And that she signed up to be a parent, and need to sort out her priorities. Like, she chose to party than to watch her own child. She's pissed and hasn't talked to me since, but she tells our parents how much of an asshole I am. My parents are making me feel guilty for not wanting to watch her overnight. They said that I need to help her, but I have an infant to take care of. I don't think she told them the whole truth, but I'm not sure. But am I the asshole? Not the asshole. Your sister most likely lied to your parents. You should tell your parents the truth, that she abandoned her kid. Not the asshole. If your parents think it's so important for your sister to have a break and you watch your niece overnight, then why don't they watch her overnight? There is nothing wrong with a parent or the parents getting a break now and then if they have the support system to do so. There is an issue with her telling you it will be for a few hours while she goes to dinner and then she doesn't come back until morning. You did not agree to be an overnight babysitter. How then can you be the asshole for being concerned, upset about this? That makes no sense. Her behavior makes it legitimate to question her honesty moving forward. Why would you want to take on that responsibility? Not the asshole, but your sister is. Not the asshole. She knew where she was going all along. Your reaction is both justified and correct. Am I the asshole for not getting a part-time job while my partner works full-time? My partner works full-time while I have deliberately remained unemployed for the past 2 years. Instead, I spend about 20 hours per week as a charity volunteer and doing pro bono work for friends and family. Context. My partner, early 40s, and I, early 50s, have happily lived together for several years. In summer 2020 I took forced early retirement due to severe COVID hospitalization which destroyed my physical and mental health. After much rehabilitation, I have recovered 50% of my physical health, although the mental challenges remain, near-death experience and all. Our financial situation is comfortable as we own a mortgage-free home in a very HCOL city. We live a middle-class lifestyle and our combined cash and investments are about $1.5 million, excluding home. We have no debt and our cash flow covers all expenses, we split everything evenly. Recently my partner has been gently pressuring me to get a real job, instead of doing so much free work for others. But I am very happy to be out of the rat race and have stubbornly refused. Am I the asshole? Edit. The home and investments, 90%, are mine. Edit. I offer free tax planning for low-income seniors. Payment is hugs and the occasional home-baked good. I also do same for friends and family. Edit. My partner wakes up at 6 a.m. every morning to go to work. I usually wake up around 9 a.m. My partner often works overtime and weekends. My charity and pro bono work is very flexible and with little stress. I am okay with my partner working part-time too, but this is not realistic. Healthcare worker. No assholes here if you're able to continue to contribute financially 50-50 for the rest of your life this way. But also it sounds like your partner is trying to tell you something. Maybe they feel you aren't pulling your weight. Maybe they're tired of you not doing much while they work their ass off, etc. I also see you commonly comment on our Tinder, so maybe you two should have a conversation. Good luck. You've only been together several years, and you have a combined savings of 1.5 million and probably a fair sum in a mortgage-free home in a HCOL area. Info. How much of that was contributed by you, and how much by your partner? Who owns the home? Info. What is your partner's reason for suggesting you bring in an income? i.e., is the combined investment income insufficient to compensate for your lack of employment income? Is your current financial arrangement not sustainable long term?